Welcome back to the Pokemon Black No Experience playthrough. Last time, we finally defeated Bryson and got ourselves the Freeze badge. And yeah, we could exit the gym with style, and hey look, it's Cherry and Bianca back again. Yeah, hopefully they're not going to battle us right here, right now. Yeah, you've become a whole lot more angsty about your dreams and stuff like that. Yeah, what you just said. Well, your Pokemon certainly have become higher level, but has your AI become any better? Maybe not. And I guess Bianca kinda has changed. You know, in this kind of challenge, there's really nothing much there. Oh, and hey, Bryson's here. It's very rare you get to see a gym leader actually outside the gym right after you battled them. I guess this time the rivals haven't beaten the gym first. But he has a very special reason for being here because, seriously, is everyone in Team Plasma this creepy? But yeah, Bryson is awesome and knew they were all there. Yes, the Shadow Triad are beings of the shadows. Yeah, exactly what it says on the tin, basically. Oh great, they've gone all denning on us. This is a message from Lord Getsus. I await you in Dragon Spiral Tower. This is a message from Lord... sorry, I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, well, we heard about that place earlier on, and yeah, that totally wasn't going to become a plot point later. You know, tower mentioned in Legends, an ancient legendary Pokemon there. You know, lore of RPGs, anything mentioned in a legend will always be relevant later. I cannot stress that enough. And it looks like everyone's heading on over to the tower, and I'm going to be doing that too soon. Except not for the reason you probably think. Bianca's a bit confused, but she's going to go anyway. It's very, very, very slightly north, and you're still saying the same thing. We've seen the entrance to this place before, but I think before we go in there, we're going to have to head back and heal, and maybe do a bit of rearranging of our team. Because there's, yeah, a few more new Pokemon I might want to give a chance to shine, and I guess I should take this time to talk about what I'm about to do in this part, because we're actually, despite the fact that we're supposed to continue the plot, well, you see, here's the thing. This is the point in the game where plot starts happening. Major plot starts happening. We're going to get thrown into a very, very long stretch of plot soon. Now, those of you who are savvy with the series will remember that, generally, the final battle with the game's villainous team usually occurs between the 7th and 8th gyms. Gold and Silver, Radio Tower Takeover. Ruby and Sapphire, the whole Groudon, Kyogre, you know, stuff that happened right after Moss Deep but before Satopolis. Diamond and Pearl, again, after 7th gym you have the whole Mount Coronet thing, and then you have the 8th gym. So, if you're, considering that pattern, you'd probably think that this game's going to follow a similar thing. So we might actually have the final battle with Team Plasma right now. Yeah, we're not going to go into that just yet. What we are going to do is get a Pokemon with Surf, because we're going to need that in a moment. Also, I'll just put my flyer up there. I'm not actually going to need Fly just yet. We're actually not going to continue with the plot right at this moment, because there are actually quite a few Pokemon we can actually catch now. First, I've actually got to teach Toaderp Surf, but I guess he gets screen time. Sorry. I didn't think that she'd get any screen time at all, but anyway. I guess Surf is pretty much better than Muddy Water. Really, the main reason people use Muddy Water is because it doesn't hit your ally in doubles. So, it can be a more useful alternative like that. And let's just see if we've got enough money to buy some extra provisions. They're selling us quite decent items now that we've got 7 badges. Might stock up on revives, trust me, we're going to need a lot of those. I can't use them in battle, but I'm going to need to heal my team outside of battle a lot, because we're going to have a whole lot of battles approaching us. But not just yet, like I was saying, plot is going to be put on hold for one part. Don't worry though, this part's still going to be kind of interesting. So we can head on over to here, and how'd Bianca take that long to get all the way over here? Seriously. And Cedric Juniper's here too. Well, he was here before. Oh, okay. Bianca lives in the same town as your daughter and you don't know her? Really? That's very hard to believe. So, yeah, blah blah, thanks to the professor. You know, Pokemon professors sending 10-year-old kids on journeys across the whole world without parental support since the very first games were released. That would be 1998 or 1996, depending on where you are. So yeah, there's quite a lot of Team Plasma members up here, and Bryson and Sharon have already gone Leroy Jenkins and got in. That is only going to end well for us. Well, I think Bryson can pretty much handle himself, provided those... Well, I mean, he'll have to keep away from the Scraggies, but other than that, nothing in Team Plasma can really do much to him. Sharon, maybe he could hold his own. Team Plasma's not that great anyway. So, yeah, there's a Dragon Pokemon waiting for someone who pursues ideals. Yeah, obviously, this legend, is going to be relevant, and we're going to have to go after Team Plasma. Oh no, totally not risky. Young kids in Pokemon games risk themselves against evil organizations all the time. Seriously, pretty much nothing bad ever happens. Until Black and White 2, but, yeah. Won't say anything about that just yet. And Bianca is still looking to be in the bodyguard business. So, we are about to climb Dragon's File Tower, but first we get given an Old Gateau. Bit of a weird gift that. Old Gateau is basically a full heal with a different name. It's just a bit rarer. See, back in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, you only ever got one Old Gateau. It really only exists to be a pun, but I'll cover that pun if I ever look at one of the 4th gen games, which I actually highly doubt because they're my least favourite games in the series. But hey, that guy's not actually battling us. Okay. You might notice here that some of the pillars are gone, and this is why we needed Surf. We're not going to head into the tower straight away, because there are actually some wild Pokemon we can find in the dark grass over here! There's actually a trainer here too, I actually forgot about that. Yeah, an Ace Trainer, they're always bad news. Wow, you're certainly not modest, are you? Alright, let's just go kick this arrogant guy's butt so he stops bragging about... well, yeah. And he's got a Vanillish. Not like we haven't taken down hundreds of those before. Yeah, this shouldn't be too hard. Oh, you're trying that again, are you? Well, you're at least Bryson tried that. None of the other trainers in the gym really did, although I'm not sure if their Vanillish has actually had Acid Armor or not, but looks like this guy's does, and it's still 2-hit KOing you, so I don't really... Oh, Ice Beam. Ice Beam can still be pretty nasty. And I'm gonna see how much Power Gem does. My special attack is terrible, but you don't have raised special defense, and yeah, looks like terrible special attack outweighs non-boosted special defense, because that was pathetic. I was doing more with Rock Slide against your +2 defense stat. That's really pathetic. Yeah, in case that didn't make it clear to you, don't use Power Gem on Boldor. Just don't. Really, don't. Seriously. Now let's wash away the ice cream with some water. Goodbye. And he has a Galvantula! Awesome! See, I love Galvantula. In fact, I recently just finished training up one. I don't know, Galvantula is one of my absolute favourite 5th gen Pokemon. I just think its design is so awesome. I love Compound Ice Thunder as well. So this thing sadly can't really do all that much to me, except for Sickle Beam, which is going to do not all that much. Yeah, shame I don't have any ground... Well, actually, this thing isn't weak to ground moves, like Earthquake. So... yeah... Still... I just recently realised that, guys. Quote. Oh, wow, you are an arrogant jerk. I'm going to stay away from you. Yeah, there's an item over there. There's actually something else around here too. And there's the Dark Grass, which is what we came here for. Because there are actually quite a few Pokemon we need to catch here. I'm just gonna say it, this whole part is gonna consist of me catching Pokemon and doing stuff, but it's actually got some interesting stuff in it, so you might want to watch for that. This here is the TM Embargo, which prevents your opponent from using items, either from the bag or held items. It's actually not that useful. And there was a hidden item up there, but I'm not going to go get it, because I don't want to provoke that other Ace Trainer. I'm just really paranoid she has a Lilligant, and yeah. But anyway, the Pokemon you can find here, there's quite a lot, and I've cut down the footage here because I spent a while looking for things at the right level. But here we have a Sawsbuck, the Evolve form of Dealing, which has different forms in different seasons. This here is its Autumn form, which is the one that's probably the most well known. I will say I do really like its Summer form. Yeah, the annoying thing about Sawsbuck as well is that at this level, it actually has Energy Ball, a fairly decent Grass-type move. Now, unfortunately, it runs off its, okay, I'm gonna take you down before you can finish using that. It still baffles me why Razor Wind is a normal-type move and not Flying-type. Its Japanese name is Kamaitachi, which refers to a specific type of Japanese demon, a sort of a weasel with sights. There's a type of enemy based on that in Origami if you're interested in the whole concept. But it's actually quite a common name for any kind of Razor Wind style attack in Japanese, which is interesting. It's the name of it is the name of an attack in Naruto as well, which the version I watched subtitled that as Wind Scythe Jutsu, which I guess makes sense. Like, if you just translate it straight as Kamaitachi, it just doesn't make any sense. So, the really weird thing, though, is that Sneasel and Weavile are both based on the actual Kamaitachi monster, and yet neither of them can learn Razor Wind, which is pretty weird. But anyway, we have ourselves a Sawsbuck. And like I was saying before, despite the fact that it knows a pretty good grass move and Energy Ball, it has much better physical attack than special attack, and the only physical grass move it learns is a really good one, but it has absolutely zero chance of learning it in this challenge, because it won't reach the right level. Damn it. Sadly also, that move is no longer exclusive. Go-Goat gets it now. Still, Sawsbuck is a pretty cool Pokemon. I mean, it's one of the best users of the new improved Nature Power, which now becomes Earthquake in Wi-Fi battles. So, that is pretty awesome. It's also a pretty good Chlorophyll Sweeper, so if you're looking for something a little different for a Sun team, try out Sawsbuck, it's actually pretty good. Try it while you still can, because I have this feeling that Go-Goat might end up being a better version of it in every way, but I don't know. Speaking of which, I'm wondering what kind of stats Go-Goat's going to have. Is it going to be fast because of the whole, you know, riding theme, or is it going to be sort of bulky? I don't know. Again, I don't like speculating about new generation Pokemon, so... Oh, that's going to hurt. Don't paralyze, don't paralyze, don't paralyze, don't paralyze. Ah! It always does that, doesn't it? Always paralyze. Oh, so annoying. Anyway, we have to take out this Sawsbuck before we can get this Mienfoo, which we're probably not going to use. I can say that at this point. But still. Oh, great. Get out of paralysis, and that happens. Oh, Drain Punch. That is going to make catching you a bit of a problem. It's a pretty nice move, though. Sadly, Drain Punch is no longer a TM this generation, but it did come back as a move tutor move in Black and White 2, which is pretty good because it got a nice power buff in this gen. I'm not sure if I said this before or not, but it used to have 60 base power, now it has 75, and it has more PP too. It's now basically a much better option than Brick Break, and there are a lot of new bulky fighting types that really like to use it. Conk Heldorn mainly, but anyway. Oh, phew, no paralyze. That's good. Yeah, I really think, despite the fact that this thing is level 36, I really think Girder really covers most of my fighting type needs other than this thing, because, yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have to just do some slight damage to this thing, and, yeah, hit it with a not very effective move. That's gonna help. Don't critical. Oh, and you're gonna get that health back, aren't you? These things aren't too hard to catch. If you're really, you know, lacking in, basically, if you're really kind of lacking in good fighting types before the next gym, you can get one of these just outside Dragon Spiral Tower and, like, before the entrance, and it'll be kind of alright. Really, it doesn't evolve until surprisingly late, though. I mean, its evolved form is pretty awesome, but, it's a great support Pokemon. But anyway, let's just see if we can catch this. Again, I'm probably not going to end up using it, because there are better Pokemon we can get at this point. I'm looking more for the few fully evolved Pokemon we can catch in the wild, but they are starting to get more and more common. So, the Enthused data has been added to the Pokedex. They use continuous attacks and claws. Interesting. Now, since this thing is a female martial arts Pokemon, I am going to nickname it... Just pausing on the screen for a bit. So, I'm going to call this one... Sakura, mostly after the character in the Street Fighter series. I just think it kind of sounds like a name that's often used on female martial artists, so I just wanted to do that. But I'm probably not going to use her. I'll just say it again. Sad, isn't it? And I don't think you can get its evolved form in the wild, so that's really a shame. And good thing we bought all those Moo Moo Milks back at Driftvale, because they're starting to get pretty useful for all our healing needs. So, there is one more Pokemon I want to catch here before we do... Well, before we do something interesting. Yes, interesting. And cutting out the superfluous wild battles, and we have here, I believe, our first dragon type that we can actually catch in the wild. Of course, there was one available earlier, but I'm not going to go there until later. This here is Druddigon. Now, Druddigon is far from the best dragon type in existence, but even, like, mediocre by dragon standards is actually still pretty good by most other standards. And it's the best dragon type we can get at this point, so, I guess we'll have to make do with it. Now, these things are actually only available outside of winter, so you might want to pick up one of these when you still can, because... Oh, youch! There's a chance this thing has the Sheer Force ability, but I'm not sure if it has any moves to abuse that with. It may also have rough skin, so be careful if you hit it with physical contact moves. Yeah, I don't want to get myself stuck into Uproar. Let's just see if I can catch it with a Dusk Ball right now. This thing may or may not be very helpful in the next gym. Using it is going to be a double-edged sword, because, well, if you know what type the next gym is, you'll know why I'm saying this. But, anyway, we have ourselves a Druddigon, which for some reason is called Cave Pokemon. Don't know if that means it lives in caves or whatever. It absorbs sunlight with its wings. Oh, and its body temperature falls. That's interesting, because not only are dragons weak to ice, but this thing doesn't appear in winter, so I guess there's an explanation for that. I always thought it was just scared of all the ice types running about in winter. But anyway. Evidently, Crackle has a lot of cousins, who are also named Crackle. And here's where we cut this part for the time being. You might notice that there's a lot more left in the video, though. That's because I had something special planned here. Now, we've caught ourselves some pretty decent Pokemon up near Dragon Spiral Tower. There are actually a lot more Pokemon we can catch there, some of whom are extremely useful in the next gym. So I'm going to want to go ahead and get those. Why didn't I get those then? Well, there's a catch. Remember how I told you that Icirrus City is a very different place in winter? Well, that extends to the encounter rates too. This is one of the main areas in the game where encounter rates change very heavily with the seasons. Most notably, like I said, winter. There are several Pokemon here that are exclusive to that season. Unfortunately, they just happen to be the Pokemon that I need, in order to do really well in the next gym. So, this could be a problem. And so, I'm terribly sorry to say that I kind of cheaped out here. I really hoped I wouldn't have to do this, but I didn't quite reach this city by real-time winter, so inevitably this was coming. Again, I feel very bad about this, and I didn't want to have to do this, but technically speaking, I'm not doing anything that you can't do legitimately. Really, in a legit run, you could still do what I'm doing here, you'd just have to wait 3 months. I really didn't feel like putting the whole challenge on hold for 3 months, and who could blame me, so I had to do some fiddling around with the clock. Yeah, I'm sorry, I normally don't approve of this kind of thing, but hey, I don't know, I'm playing a pirated version and admitting it, so I guess it's kind of fine. Again, this is not like hacking or game sharking. I'm not getting anything that you can't get legitimately. You just have to wait 3 months. On the plus side, this means I can actually show off quite a few places that I wouldn't be able to show before. You see, Icirrus City and Twist Mountain both change quite dramatically in winter. So, and there's quite a lot of items that you couldn't get before, and I love to show everything off in my challenges, so I guess that kind of helps here. So, we're going to have to change the season somehow. How are we going to do that? Well, it just so happens that I have a correspondent, let's say, in another world, who is willing to offer his season-changing services. So, Otherworld correspondent, are you ready? I'll take that as a yes. Okay, get yourself into position. Now, on my count, wait for it, now! Wow, I can't believe that actually worked. And so, winter comes to Unova once again. So, if you guys want to see just how drastically different Icirrus City looks like in winter, well, here you go. There are a whole lot of places that we can get to that we couldn't access before. And there are a lot of hidden items here, so you want to keep your dowsing machine on at all times. Here's the first one. A tiny mushroom. Alright, no big deal. And another one. Another tiny mushroom. You wouldn't think mushrooms would be growing here in winter. And there's another one? You know what, I have a feeling I know what this is already. Oh, a big mushroom! Hey, surprise me! So, yeah. There's also a house here. You can't actually access this house in any other season. So here you have someone. He has a family and kids, and he used to be a member of Team Rocket. But now Team Rocket's bye-bye a go-go. Yes, this is in fact the foreign Team Rocket grunt from Gold and Silver. You know, the one who speaks in ridiculous speech syntax. Yeah, it turns out that he's come all the way back to Unova and started a family. That's nice. Anyway, if you talk to his wife here, she'll give you a Rage Candy Bar. This actually gives us access to another Pokemon that we wouldn't actually be able to get before the post-game, so yeah, I guess I kind of cheated things a little bit here, but still. Again, if you play in winter normally, then you can get this. Funny thing about that Rocket Grunt, though, he kind of makes more sense in the original Japanese version than he does in English, because, well, this region is based on America, and Johto and Kanto are both... We couldn't actually get this rare candy before, but anyway. Johto and Kanto are both based on Japan, and because of that, you have the foreign Team Rocket Grunt, who... I'll just stop myself here. There's, this patch of dark grass is in fact exclusive to winter, and I'll continue. The foreign Rocket Grunt, of course, spoke with that ridiculous speech because, again, he was implied to be North Japanese in origin, which is why he was speaking broken Japanese. Of course, the English version localizes to broken English, and wow, I didn't realize you could slide on ice with your bike. Yeah, you don't find wild Pokemon in the puddles here on the ice in winter, but the water is still accessible, so... Speaking of accessible though, there's a road cone blocking our way here in Twist Mountain, so we'll have to find another way around. I've cut out wild Pokemon battles for convenience sake. The water back in Icirrus is still accessible, so you don't need to worry about being locked out of HP after training in winter. So anyway, welcome to Twist Mountain in winter. It's certainly changed a lot. Now there's quite a few hidden items we can get here, it's also hailing, and we can kind of move around this mountain a lot better than we could before. So while we're getting these hidden items, I'll just continue that conversation about the foreign rocket run. So basically, yeah, they localized his speech into broken English, which I guess made sense. Until this game came out and revealed that he was a native of Unova. So the whole speaking in broken Japanese makes a little more sense when, again, Unova's based on America, the original Pokemon regions are based on Japan. So that kind of doesn't work so well in the localization. It's still interesting though. And it's still nice to see a continuity thing. But anyway, looks like we've got 2 rare candies out of this deal, so that's nice. Now, that lower area leads back into the same place it did before, but we're going to avoid that area for the time being, while we explore the rest of Twist Mountain, which is now, yeah, ice, snow is piled up everywhere, and the encounter rates haven't actually changed all that much. Cubchoo is slightly more common, but, and there's another Pokemon that's slightly more common, but I'm pretty sure we've already been here. Now, something I will say, there's actually an item here that I forgot to get. There actually is a TM on Twist Mountain that you can only get during winter, and that TM is in fact Substitute. Any competitive battlers will know that's amazing. Annoyingly, I for some reason missed that here, and I never got it again the whole playthrough. Fortunately, Substitute is not actually that useful in-game. It's much better in competitive, so I wasn't really missing out on that much. Anyway, that could have been where it was. I really have no idea. Apparently, you can only get it during winter, so I actually forgotten where it was. So yeah, I believe Black and White 2 actually made Substitute viable from battle points, so that was kind of a bit better. So yeah, let's have fun gliding around the ice and snow and looking for a TM that I didn't end up finding. Still, I guess you get to see what Twist Mountain looks like in winter. And yes, I'm going to go in here and try and... Here it is! Yeah, I just cut out a whole lot of random wild Pokemon grinding. I don't know how long it took me to find this, but yeah, these things have a 5% encounter rate in winter, which is sure as hell better than that 1% encounter rate they have in other seasons. Cryogonals have ridiculous special defense, like I was saying before, and they can improve their incredibly fragile physical defense with acid armor. Not like that's going to help. Again, Cryogonal has some of the worst physical bulk in Pokemon history, so it's going to be useful for the next gym though, so I thought I might as well catch one. And we got it. Yeah, I have said before that I did in fact manage to get one of these. I found one in spring, and it wasn't that I wasn't recording at the time, it's that my recording crashed and I lost the footage. I remember now. So, yeah. Cryogonal is a very, very bizarre Pokemon. One of the downright weirdest Pokemon of all time. It's just so strange. So yeah, want to know how strange Cryogonal is? Fun fact, Cryogonal is the only genderless Pokemon that is able to learn the TM of Attract. Yeah, which will always fail when used because it's genderless. So that's just weird. Must have been a glitch in the learn set. But anyway, here we have, I don't know, Kristoff the Crystal. But, not too long after I found that first one... Yep, another Cryogonal. Typical. You wait ages for a Cryogonal and then 2 show up at once. So, yeah. I thought, because this thing is so rare, I may as well catch another one. I mean, after I change the clock back, this thing's only going to have a 1% encounter rate, so might as well make the most of winter while I can and get myself 2 of these things. It would be really nice if Cryogonal had a gimmick like Spinter, where they all look different, because, you know, every single snowflake is supposed to be unique. But anyway, that didn't really happen. Haze, eh? Did you just Oh my gosh, you just wiped out your own acid armor, you know that? Wow! Oh, that is amazing. That is some pretty big AI stupidity there. Oh, I love it when the AI derps like that. Anyway, I guess I should nickname this second Cryogonal. They're, you know, they're all genderless, so that kind of limits the potential names I can call these things. But anyway, I am going to name this thing in all caps, All Ice. Props if you get that reference. I actually haven't played that game, but I probably should. So, another wild Pokemon, and this will be, oh, no Cryogonal, but it's a Cubchoo. I guess, I maintain a perfect wintry record here. You know, it's kind of funny because I was actually playing a certain winter-themed song while I was searching for these things, hoping it would make them appear more often, and 2 appeared, so I guess theory proved. Let's get out of here then. Yeah, this is all we have to do in Twist Mouth, apart from that substitute TM, which I so stupidly missed, but, oh well. What I was really after, though, was Dragon Spiral Tower in winter, because there are 2 encounters here that are going to be very, very, very helpful to me. So, we'll surf on the water here, head on over here. This place looks pretty nice in the snow, just saying. Come on, I know you want to show up. This is the reason that I... Yes, here it is. The reason that I set the weather season, to winter. This here is Beartic. And this is the highest level they could possibly appear at. This is the evolved form of Cubchoo. Bryson used it back in battle with him. Hopefully mine will do a little better than his did. Icicle Crash is a pretty decent move. It inflicts some pretty severe damage and it has a chance of flinching. Not that that'll happen because Beartic is revoltingly slow. However, the main things that I'm going to end up using Beartic against, speed is not going to be an issue. What does that cryptic statement mean? You'll find out much, much later when we fight the next gym, which isn't going to be for quite a while because we're going to be held hostage by plot for a bit after this. But anyway, put this thing to sleep because these Beartics can be pretty dangerous. They are easy to run from though. But yeah, they've got some really nice attack and they hurt quite a lot. They also like to wake up quite a lot. Oh, you couldn't get me good. Okay, just put it to sleep again and we should be able to catch it. You know, I always liked Beartic's Icicle Beard, I think it's pretty cool. Beartic is kind of a cool looking Pokemon, it's a shame that it kind of plummeted to the depths of anything the moment it was revealed. But, oh well. And caught, great. This was the main thing I came here for, so glad I got this. Beartic is exclusive to winter and has a 10% encounter rate. And, yeah, they gave a nod to its real-life counterpart, the polar bear, very able in water. Yes, the polar bear's scientific name, in the real-life polar bear's scientific name, literally means seafaring bear. So, yeah, and I couldn't resist making that reference. So we got ourselves a Beartic. And here's where things get, well, annoying. There's one more Pokemon that I need that only shows up in winter around Dragon Spiral Tower. And that Pokemon turned out to be surprisingly hard to find. In fact, almost impossible to find. I didn't think I'd be giving hands down my worst ever wild Pokemon grinding session in the entire challenge to something this mundane. This Pokemon is Vanillish, surprisingly enough. Now, the Bulbapedia encounter list for this route, want to put that up on screen there. There we go. So, as you can see here, according to Bulbapedia, Vanillish appears in the dark grass on this route with a 30% chance in winter only, and ranges from levels 35 to 37. And herein we have a slight problem. You see, I have a feeling this information might be incorrect. In fact, there is definitely a chance this information is incorrect, because look at that thing there. It says Druddigon appears with encounter rate's probably fine, but its level range is listed as 31 to 33. But I found a level 36 Druddigon, so this is clearly wrong. There might be some areas where Bulbapedia doesn't have their facts completely right, and this could be the case, because I searched, and I searched, and I searched for a level 37 Vanillish. Do you want to know how long I searched for? Do you really want to know how long I searched for? Montage time! We interrupt this montage to bring you a very, very strange coincidence. You see, on my 37th battle, I encountered 2 level 37 Bearticks. It's also very close to the 37th minute of this video. Back to the montage. So, how freaking long did this take, you may ask? 16 minutes and exactly 42 wild Pokemon battles until I stopped trying. Yeah, you may have noticed no captures within that montage. I didn't even find one. I didn't find a single level 37 Vanillish in 16 minutes and 42 battles. I have a feeling that Bulbapedia's encounter list just might be wrong. Just a tad. Because you know what? This isn't all of my grinding. I actually did some off-camera. I even used the repel method. I put a level 36 Pokemon at the head of my party and started using repels to see if level 37 Pokemon would be drawn to me. I still didn't find a single level 37 Vanillish. Yes, seriously. Ugh. In the end, I gave up and caught a level 36 one off camera. So, yeah. Right then. Yeah, that's enough of this. This is just making me frustrated even talking about this. Seriously, I have a slight hunch that Bulbapedia's encounter list might be wrong here. If any of you actually have found a level 37 Vanillish in the dark grass right here, please tell me, because that would make me hideously unlucky, which, granted, I usually am. At this moment, Pirate had spent so long searching for the elusive level 37 Vanillish that he was beginning to lose his mind. Would this last one hold hope? No, it did not. And thus, Pirate decided, quite wisely, to give up and go home. Anyway, there actually are a couple of hidden items here that I missed the first time, so I guess I'll find a Basculin. Yeah, Basculin are pretty much anywhere you can surf, which makes them pretty good for speed EV training. Anyway, let's get out of here. And let's just find those 2 hidden items and get the heck out. Yeah, I'm just using a repel because I was that pissed off at this point. I believe there was a hidden item here. Let's try and avoid that Ace Trainer. Wait a minute, it's not here. It's on the water? That's interesting. Wait a second. It's inside that pillar? Hey, heart scale! That's one extra move relearned. That's actually really useful. So anyway, that's about everything we can do here. Sorry, I'm not in the mood to battle you. Right then. At this point, we have pretty much done everything we can in winter. So the time has come to restore the clock to its natural state. And you know what that means? Otherworld correspondent, do you read me? Otherworld correspondent, do you copy? Hello? Otherworld correspondent? Hello? 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 No response. Guess he's busy at the moment. That could be a problem. Fortunately, I do have one last resort measure that might do this. I really wouldn't want to have to resort to it though, but I guess I have no choice. Okay. 3 months of winter cause tomorrow spring is here. Okay, I really hope that works. Okay, that actually did work. That's surprising. Right, so apparently it's spring again, and everything's all the right time, and everything's working perfectly fine. I didn't break anything, I didn't break time or anything like that. It's okay. So that was an interesting episode, but we've pretty much wrapped up winter, and let's check out what we caught. I'm going to need to prepare my team a little bit for the coming battles, because, like I said, lots of battles incoming. Lots and lots of battles, trust me. So, let's see what we got here. And I may want to put Troll Derp in my party, because I've got something special planned for Team Plasma. Seriously. Yeah. They're gonna get trolled for what they did to me. For all that annoyance they've caused. And I'm gonna put, oh, Jolly Nature's actually quite good. This here is, the one I caught off camera. Gelatoed, the level 36 Vanillish, because I couldn't find a level 37 one. But I guess I'll have to make do. What difference is one level gonna make? That's probably gonna come back to bite me, isn't it? But, oh well. And I also have my two of these. One of them quiet, one timid. So both of the... Okay, 1 plus special attack minus speed, and 1 plus speed minus attack. You know, the timid one actually has better HP, and I think better special defense. No, not better special defense, but still, I kind of would much rather have a timid one, so congratulations, All Ice, you're in. I don't think Kristoff's gonna end up getting used, sorry. And, serious nature, okay. Oh, and rough skin, not sheer force. But it's okay, it's not like it has much to abuse sheer force with. Okay, I'm not gonna get Crackle in on the action just yet. So, that's pretty much all we're going to do this part, and join us next time for plots. Lots and lots and lots of plot. Yep, massive dose of plot. And let's just see what TMs our new thing's going to learn. Ooh, this looks interesting. Troll-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Camouflage is not that great of a move, so I'll just delete it. Camouflage changes your type to match the environment. There are very, very few situations where that's useful. Especially since I believe Staryu can, like, use that move in the water when it is already water type, so... Yeah. Volt Switch... Really? Stunfisk can't learn Volt Switch? Yeah. Acrobatics... I don't think I have really much that can learn that. Charge beam. No, I think I'm all set. So yeah, next time, Team Plasma gets trolled. I will see you then, as we head back to Dragon Spiral Tower and lose our repel effect. Okay, and heading back into Dragon Spiral Tower.